Hey everyone, it's Talia here. Welcome back to another video on this channel. You guys have been asking for Costco hauls because I show you how we put all of our groceries away after we do a Costco trip, and I combine it all into one video, and you guys really liked this when I was doing them last year for you, so I'm bringing them back to you. So this particular trip, we were out of a lot of our basic staples. We were out of all of our meats that we needed to pick up, cheeses, fruits, veggies. It was honestly just like a big grocery haul with a couple other things thrown into it. So let's head to Costco. First thing that we need to do is just get our shopping list organized here. So I generally keep all of our Costco notes in this notebook, and just as we need things throughout the month, we're just putting everything down in this notebook, and then I transferred it to a paper that was organized by category. I honestly just had a little bit of time to kill this particular day. I don't usually make my shopping lists this fancy, but it definitely made me a little bit more productive when I was actually at the store. So now into the haul. Let's start with the fridge and freezer stuff. So first up, we did pick up some 1% milk. This is the kind of milk that we drink all of the time. So this just gets stored in the fridge. Nothing fancy to show you there. We did pick up some smoked Black Forest ham. This is the Kirkland brand. Now this comes in a 2-pack, so I do like to cut it up, and I put 1 pack in the fridge so that we can use it throughout the week. And then I put the other one into a grocery bag that is going to go into the deep freeze. This container I picked up at HomeSense, and it works great for deli meat because it's easy to just get into it whenever I need to grab a piece. I just stick it in the pull-out drawer in our fridge. Next up, we do buy all of our cheese at Costco because it is the cheapest place that we have found to get it. So we pick up some marble cheese and some mozzarella cheddar cheese, both in the slices and shredded. This is just way easier for me with everything that we have going on. We have tried to buy the big blocks before, and it just doesn't work for my life, in all honesty. So we do cut up the big pack of cheese here, and we keep 1 in the fridge, 1 will go in the freezer, as well as with the sliced cheese, we do separate it, and half goes in the fridge and half goes in the freezer. We do go through quite a few eggs, so I do like to pick eggs up whenever we're at Costco as well. So we got the 30-pack this time. I store all of my eggs in these egg containers that I believe I just picked up from HomeSense. I like the ones from HomeSense here because they are a little bit larger than like the 2 slotted ones that you can get from any other store as well. Now with our pull-out drawer, I can store eggs on top of this container without them getting smushed, which is what I decided to do today. I do have a second container of this, but I knew that I was going to need the room in here for everything else that we had bought from Costco this particular day. We did pick up some of these little yogurt drinks for my 3-year-old. She loves these, and these are great for on the go or just as a snack every once in a while. I store any of her snack type of things that need to go in the fridge in these inter-design bins. They fit perfectly on this weird kind of shelf in my fridge, and I find it really easy to keep all of her yogurt drinks or like little pouches or fruit cups or anything like that in these containers, and it's really easy to just pull one out as we need them. We were out of our butter, so I do usually like to cut this into 4 pieces and freeze 3 of them, but for this particular day I just decided to put it in the fridge along with this Greek yogurt from Kirkland. If I'm being honest with you guys, I don't love this Greek yogurt. I find the portions to be really big, and I would much rather have a different brand. I don't really enjoy this one in all honesty, but I do store them in that pull-out drawer in our fridge as well, and the butter is just going to stay there until I can get to it. We were out of these little fruit cups here, so these ones come in a pretty big pack. They're very reasonably priced compared to the ones that I can get at the grocery store. The only downside is these are not the no sugar added ones, but these are just kind of a great filler snack. We honestly don't use these too much unless we kind of don't have any other fruits on hand, but generally these last us quite a long time, and I store them in those same containers that I store the yogurt ones in our fridge as well. We did pick up some of this Hell of a Good dip. It now comes in 2 smaller containers besides the 1 big one, which is really nice. I actually like that. I also picked up some olives from Kirkland as well. I love these olives. They are so good, and I store both of these on this little Lazy Susan that I keep at the back corner of my fridge. Lazy Susans are a great way to utilize corners in fridges because they're really easy to get all of your products by just spinning it around. On to the fruits and vegetables that we picked up. We picked up some strawberries, we picked up some grapes, we also picked up some of these clementines, which are so good. They're so sweet. I love these. We also picked up a giant bag of apples, And that was all of the fruit that we grabbed. We also picked up some lemons because I have lemon water every single morning and I wanted some fresh lemons to put in it. And my husband has also started doing this as well. And then the only other vegetable we picked up were some green beans for some recipes that I had planned for the following week. Usually we buy lots of fruits and vegetables from Costco, but I've been finding that we just don't go through them and they end up going bad. These fruits are staples that we 100% will go through. And my fruits and vegetables are stored in these pull-out drawers in our fridge. I have them labeled fruits and vegetables, and I also have one of these drawer dividers in here as well. These are those suspension drawer dividers and work really well for separating any of your fruits and vegetables, and I find it adds a little bit more space and keeps things a bit more organized in your fridge. These are our favorite tortillas. These are the garden vegetable kind, and I have only seen these at Costco where I live. So when we're there, we pick some up, and I usually freeze, I think, 3 different packs of these, so we have them throughout the month. We also picked up a rotisserie chicken for another recipe that I had on our meal plan for the following week. On to the freezer items now. We picked up a pack of frozen broccoli. These actually come in like small 4-packs that you can use for different meals. Get stored in our deep freeze, as well as these breakfast wraps. These breakfast wraps are so good if you guys have not tried them. I use these actually as a breakfast on the days that Rose has school because it's just me eating. These meat lasagnas are also really good and a really good meal throughout the month if we just don't have anything on the meal plan. I love this breakfast scrambler mix. We use this a lot on weekends, again, if it's just a busy weekend. All of these freezer items are going to get put in this bag to take out to the deep freeze in the garage. I'm not going to show you guys that because honestly I cannot come up with a good organization solution for that, but when I do, I will share it with you. So on to the meats. This is our favorite type of bacon. It is a thick sliced bacon and it is so good. We also picked up some ground beef, and we picked up a pack of pot roasts as well that we cut one of them up so that we would have like beef to make stir fries or stews or anything with, and then we kept the other one that we were going to freeze in the freezer. We also picked up a pack of chicken breasts, and all of these got separated into little Ziploc bags, and we store them in our freezer in our house, not in the deep freeze. And I have all of our meats separated depending on the kind of meat that they are by these containers that I picked up at the Dollarama, and each one of them is labeled with a vinyl decal on it as well. When we did this Costco trip, it was probably our last one before Halloween, so we did want to pick up our Halloween candy that we were going to hand out to the trick-or-treaters. We actually weren't sure how many trick-or-treaters we were going to get, so we picked up 2 packs of Halloween candy, and hopefully this all goes to the trick-or-treaters tonight when they come. The snack items that we picked up were these oatmeal crumble bars, which are so good. This was our first time trying them, and I do really like them. My husband requested these protein bars from Kirkland. He says that he really likes these as well. And then we also picked up these Kirkland granola bars, and my 3-year-old and my husband really like these as well. So I store all of our snacky type of things in this like double-tiered Lazy Susan snack organizer. I picked this up on Amazon, and I absolutely love this thing. I fill this with any of our remaining snacks that either don't fit in the fridge that we want to be in the fridge, or these type of bar things, and it separates them so easy. But my favorite part about this is how tall it is. It uses the height space in my pantry shelves, which is really nice because before I used to have bins in here, but it wasn't the best use of space because they didn't store anything vertically, whereas this thing does. And it's easy for my daughter to come to if she needs to get a snack out of here, and it's really easy to spin and get anything out that we need. The only cereal that we really buy is Mini Wheats, Vectors, and or Cheerios. We don't really carry too many other cereal in our pantry, so this particular day we were out of our Mini Wheats and our Vector, and I store all of our cereals in these clear containers. These are OXO containers that I got from Costco years ago, and we have a bunch of them in our pantry for any of these type of dry goods. We also picked up some granola, which I really like to add to my yogurt lately. It was something that I started doing when I was pregnant with Violet and has carried on through, so I definitely wanted to designate a container for the granola as well. And one of my biggest tips when you're storing groceries in your pantry is to take everything out of the packaging, because it takes up far less room if you take everything out of boxes especially. I was running low on my Mrs. Dash, so I picked up an extra one of those, and any of my extra spices go on this small Lazy Susan in my pantry. I have Lazy Susans literally all over my house because they are such a good use of space. I was running out of my diced tomatoes, and I used canned diced tomatoes in so many different recipes, so I definitely need to pick one up. We store all of our cans in our pantry on one of these shelves for the pantry that is just flipped upside down, and all this does is it keeps everything in there. You just have to make sure that you're not stacking it too high, and it does add a lot of weight to the particular shelf, but this is the best storage system that I have found for cans in my pantry. With the winter season here and getting worse, my daughter has requested hot chocolate, and so I picked up this hot chocolate pack from Costco, and I'm just storing it in another one of those Dollarama containers. I really like these Dollarama plastic containers because they have little handles and they're super inexpensive. The last 3 food items that we picked up is a can of this peanut butter, a pack of bacon bits, and I use these bacon bits for so many different recipes. I also picked up some of this sprout bread to try, which I like this sprout bread. It's just super dry, but I put one in my cupboard and then one gets frozen as well. I did pick up 2 sleepers for my youngest daughter. She is 7 months old and currently going into 12-month sleepers, which is crazy to me. We did pick up some baby wipes because we go through these pretty quickly with having a toddler and a baby, and these are the best ones that I have found for the money. And we needed some dishwasher detergent as well. I store my dishwasher detergent in this container here that I believe I just picked up from Dollarama, and this goes underneath my kitchen sink. I did pick up some of these Downy Unstoppables as well, and I store these on these little marble containers that I got from HomeSense on this giant Lazy Susan in our laundry room. The next thing that I picked up were these Christmas night lights. They were so cute and I just couldn't turn them down. I needed some sort of new Christmas decor for this year. I also picked up these hand soaps because I thought they looked really nice and they were very inexpensive. I actually thought they were glass because they felt so heavy, but they're not. They're just like a heavy plastic. And we were actually out of hand soap, so this worked out perfect. Then the last 2 items that we picked up were toilet paper and paper towel. We much prefer using the paper towel and toilet paper from Costco, and I store any of the excess ones in our closet on the main floor, as well as our closet upstairs where the other bedrooms are. Some goes in the basement as well, but not too many. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it gave you some tips and tricks on how we store groceries in our house. I have found some pretty good organization systems that work really well for how I like to store all of our groceries, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you're following me on my Instagram and comment below and let me know if you like this style of video, and I can definitely keep filming Costco hauls for you in the future. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!